But we don't have to worry about that. Enough about being bitter. Let's bring it to a little bit more sweet times, because now we've got here in the studio, he's a content creator for BearClaw and an Overwatch gamer. He's got OW in his name. Everybody give it up for Javion! What is poppin', bro?
What's up, man? How you doing, baby?
I am doing fantastic, bro. Thank you. Hold on, I hit the applause too many times. But you know what? I'll throw it on again. One more time. One more time. Everybody clap in the chat. Javion, thank you.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
Thank you. So thank you for coming on to the show, man. I really appreciate it. And I said it before we jump to the call. You have been the most, I would say the most excited. You've hyped up the show quite a bit in just posts you made. So I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate you coming on to the show. How are you feeling tonight, bro?
Thank you for having me. I'm feeling good. I went out to get a nice little haircut before this event. Gotta look a little clean for the late night show with Los. He's handsome. I gotta match the energy.
I appreciate that, man. What do you ask for when you go to the barber? Because I recently moved to my neighborhood and I got one bad haircut and it's still haunting me to this day. Do you see this? This should not be here. This should just be my hair. It's what is this?
Honestly, I've been going to the same barber for like maybe 6 years plus, so I don't even like say anything anymore. I just kind of sit down in the chair and he knows what to do.
Yeah, do you ever feel like kind of switching it up on what you get, or are you very very solid in what you want every time you go?
I'm pretty solid. So I've been growing out my hair, so he understands that. He always flames me. He'd be like, "Yo, when are you gonna cut your hair, basically, or look what you have on your head?" I'm like, "Nah, just give me the fade, shape up the beard."
How long have you been growing your hair?
So my hair is like connected to my full-time streaming career in a sense. So about 3 years. Like in 2019, like I stopped cutting my hair because I wasn't gonna be working in the office anymore, and it just kept growing and growing.
What were you doing in office?
I was working IT for 3 years before I started streaming. I graduated with a bachelor's in network administration in 2016 from Morrisville State College, a little SUNY upstate. And I did I did internship there for 6 months, and then I ended up working there like 2 years after, in a sense.
Are you still there, or are you? Oh no, you're full-time content creator, right?
Yeah, I'm currently a full-time content creator. I've actually low-key been looking to try to get something at Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
I like the energy over there.
I hear you, man. I have harassed Alec from Brooklyn so many times over Twitter. I harassed that dude before Brooklyn even opened up. When they were gonna have a Valor tournament, I was like, "Hey, let me commentate it. Hey, let me commentate it. Hey, let me commentate it." So I mean, I think you should just keep annoying him on Twitter. Pull up to, and he should eventually give in. I feel like that's what generally happens, right?
Yeah, of course. I got some friends working there. It would be cool, I feel, to work with them and stuff.
I hear you, and I heard you also saved Atomic Skull when his house caught on fire.
Yeah, it was a crazy moment. I threw on my random fire equipment that I just had in the house, came in, grabbed him, the family, the dogs, the cats. See.
Wow, man, a true hero there. A true hero. So normally when I ask, when people get onto the stream or the show, I want to know how they picked their gamer name, but your gamer name is just your name. Why did you decide to go with that?
So it just kind of boils down to, back in Xbox, I had a very, I would say, bad name. It's like JBoy221, one of these like young gamer names, just trying to have anything. So it was like randomly, Xbox decided to re-release a whole bunch of old gamer tags that I guess weren't being used. And then my friend reached out to me and said, "Hey, your name's up for grabs." I'm like, "Really?" I mean, getting my name as a gamer tag didn't sound like a bad idea. You know how on console we used to want those OG looking gamer tags? I'm like, nothing more OG than my name, right? I can't be beat.
That's true. Everyone has to work with like the XX Los. That's why my freaking handle on Twitter is Handsome Host Los, because they'll never let me get Los. It's so far out of reach. But I mean, it's not a bad name. So what were some of those earlier names? You had J-Boy. Anything else?
So like my brother's account, one of my accounts my brother had was Slappa221. I don't know what the 221 number is. I gotta ask him one day, like, why did you always chose 221 as like a number? Then I stole it. And then another one we had was Raging Demon, because my family, they really love Street Fighter and stuff. So we, Akuma's special move, they named it that, but we put like three instead of a E because it was stolen, of course.
Oh, that's
So
that's elite, bro. You play a lot of fighting games?
no, that's more like, so I have two older brothers. They were the fighting games players. Like growing up, I used to watch the rivalries between them, between Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, Tekken. I've seen controllers broken, bonds tested, a lot of things over those years, basically.
Is that why you decided to maybe not step into that? It's a little too heavy.
Yeah, look, I think I was definitely too far behind, but I will say I did get my revenge in Smash Bros. Smash Bros is where I actually became the better brother. Like they beat me up, maybe I say in Melee and 64 growing up, but when Smash Bros Brawl came out, that's when I took over and I kind of like was sweating. That was like one of the first games I'll say I really, really was sweating in, like taking it serious.
Did you ever compete in Smash?
Unluckily, I never competed. I got like a sad story. It's not really sad, but it's kind of sad to me. Me and my friend went to an event in New York City. I was so happy to finally play, like, a whole bunch of like pro players and people we just kind of knew about was there and stuff. And then I get a phone call from my mom to come home to go like bring up groceries or something. Something like as crazy as that. Mind you, while I'm in the city while this is happening. I'm like, Mom, I literally told you I was gonna go to this event. And then that happened. Pretty. So I never got to actually try in a local event.
Well, so you didn't do it that one time, and then it was just it forever.
Yeah, like from there it was it. Like I did online events. I think that was like, like Smash events are kind of far and few in between, especially probably back then. Like it wasn't as big. So like that was like the event. Like everybody was there. Like Ninja Link, ADHD, all these popular brawl people who were eventually become like goats and pros. They were like all there. So to like not be in, that was it. That was like the can I actually do this or am I actually a scrub moment? And I didn't get to like go through it in a sense.
I mean,
Which is tough.
are you really good at bringing the groceries up? Did you at least do a good
I
job
mean,
at that?
I'm a one trip guy, no matter how many groceries it is, one trip and that's it.
One trip, one trick, maybe. What's your Smash main?
Smash main. So it has jumped around throughout the years, but I would say my best character from Brawl was Game and Watch. Weirdly enough. Now a lot of people don't like Game and
What?
Watch.
What?
I know there's gonna be a little bit something about the Game and Watch pick. It just like it just kind of happened to me. I used to play Marth was probably my favorite. Like I'm not the best Marth, but if there's somebody who I'll pick just because I want to pick them, it's Marth. And then I played Luigi on the side. Like Luigi was like, oh, Marth doesn't work out. I'll use Luigi against this person kind of guy. And then I don't know what happened with Game and Watch. I'm just gonna tell you, I had a summer where I played nothing but Smash Brothers Brawl. So we just like jumping from characters to characters until like Game and Watch was the one I was winning on the most. I guess that's why I ended up meeting him.
What are you rocking these days? Do you play much at all?
I have not played Smash in a long time, like years. Like I feel like the last time I remember playing Smash was the same how I tell you I played it a lot with my friends in the summer. The same person, the same group of friends. One of them actually went kind of pro in Smash. He played in Project M. He got like top 3 in a tournament in California. He got flown out to. I was like, amazing. So like we end up like playing with him. He's whipping our ass. He's a pro. And then we went to an event actually out there in Philadelphia. I didn't actually play or nothing, but I played against some, did like some show matches, some friendlies. It was cool, but other than that, I haven't really touched the game.
So how did you get into Overwatch? It's definitely a big part of you. You got OW in your name. How did you make that move?
Overwatch move. So it's actually all thanks to my friends, I would say. So like I've seen commercials about Overwatch and stuff, but I didn't give it any like attention. I was grinding out Division, if you know about that game. I was
That's a throwback.
yeah, I was like committed to Division. I had people I played with. We used to like take over the Dark Zone and stuff back then. And then, well, I had a friend group, and these guys were like, "Yo, you should get Overwatch. You should get Overwatch." And I'm like, I denied them for the most part, right? Like all the time they kept telling me to get it. I'm like, nah, nah. And then eventually, I basically, oh, Division started becoming unfun to me because of like patch updates. So it became that moment where like, oh, okay, I'll buy another game to see. I'll try it out. And I started playing it, and I actually ended up loving the game. And like, and I wasn't even playing the fun characters, right? I wasn't playing no Genji. I wasn't playing Trace. I was playing Zenyatta, and it's like, dude, I love this game. This is like my thing now.
That ain't too bad.
Yeah, that's like a good place to start.
Yeah,
It's a first shooter.
I'd agree on that. I think tanks are the most fun, except for Orisa. But that's on Overwatch 1. I think she's better on Overwatch 2. I didn't get into the beta.
Oh, she's so good on the beta.
That stare's going out to somebody. I don't know who. Yeah,
That's unlucky.
Orisa definitely was not my favorite. So I mean, you made a major commitment to it. Why did you love the game so much? Why did you make that in your identity? You know.
So honestly, I just love the game. I think I forgot maybe like 3 months into the game, 2K had came out, right? And I was a big 2K. Me and my friend group were big 2K players. We've been playing 2K since like 2K11. So it's like 10 years, like 11 years ago, whatever. So I was playing it, and I actually was not liking the game. Like it became like every year I loved it, I played it, but this year I was like, I don't really feel it like that. I kind of want to play Overwatch. So this kind of when me and my friend group kind of split because they kept playing 2K, then I kept playing Overwatch. And then the more I played, I was climbing, I was getting better. I was meeting people on ladder. This is all console. This is not even on PC yet. This is all on console. I'm just meeting up with people.
How it's truly
And
meant to be played.
yeah, imagine. Honestly, I will say this take since we're there. I think it's more. It's just better. I feel like you can do more on PC compared to console. Console, I will say, is very limiting, especially for DPS, like Genji and stuff.
Yeah,
And then that's what I'd say.
I
And
mean,
then
I had long been a denier of PC. I had long hated PC because I was on the Xbox One. I was like, I don't care about no PC gamer. Keyboard and mouse, eat my ass. I don't care about you.
I was the same way. The thing about it, that is actually one of the things that motivated me towards PC Overwatch. Because so I basically got a friend group who was hard grinding with, like even one friend I still play with today. His name is Shwin SJ. I still play with him like different games like League and stuff. To this day, we all at the time were like sweats. We were like, yo, I think we can go pro. We all were like the idea of that we could go pro in this video game. This is all on console. So we all made a decision to switch over to PC together and form like a team for that. And then another reason was the whole PC versus console master race. I used to watch a lot of streamers. I used to see all the shit talk, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to shut you PC guys up so badly right now. I gotta get on PC. Like I gotta get on these PC servers to let these guys know that console gamers are not scrubs. Like that was like actual chip on my shoulder motivation as well when I made the switch over.
How high on the ladder did you get on console?
Console, I think I hit like maybe top 200 in season 3.
Damn.
Yes, sir. Like season 3 was like the triple tank meta or whatever. It was fun. Honestly, it was very competitive. Even people, the thing that's crazy to me is that some people I play with in console are actually now in the Overwatch League on PC today, which is like crazy to think about. Like how competitive it actually was.
That's a wild come up. And I guess the fundamentals stick with you, right? You know how to play the game, you know positioning, rotation. It doesn't matter if it's controller or mouse and keyboard.
I 100% agree. It's definitely, if you have the game sense, you're really just relearning mechanics. And that was a big thing for me. Like I think when I did the transition, I swapped my settings a lot to try to get the most comfortable settings that I can actually play and there's no like I can actually do everything. Like I remember when I first swapped to PC, I never meleeed because I didn't have a proper melee button. So I never meleeed, I never crouched. Like it took me a while to figure out what would be the best for me.
If the aim's good, what do you need it for, right?
Yeah.
Just stay away from them. Just peel them or kite them. Kite them. Nah. I think I have it. Like I got one of those mice that have the side buttons. Like I have
Mm-hmm.
these. I
Yep.
never use them. I
You
never
never?
use them. And I
I
just
used
think
to
to
abuse
myself, like, oh, I can't melee. I'm hit my side buttons. I don't know which one I'm pressing because I fat finger and I hit both of them.
them. Like even these buttons I changed. Like before when I first came to PC, they were both like abilities in Overwatch. And then they switched to crouch in Overwatch. Then finally I was like, I'm just gonna put melee on here. Like it took me like 3 different trials before I said for every video game now, I put melee on my mouse button for that.
I think it makes the most sense. I've done that, but when I like my hand completely shifts when I try to do that. Like it
Mm.
goes yeah, well I'll demonstrate it again for everyone here. So, oh god, this looks like crap already. So here's my regular hand stance, and when I melee, I go, ugh, and I wait. You can't even see the buttons. Oh my god.
To the other side.
Let me go to the other side. So here's my hand normally, and when I go to melee, my hand slides back. I'm not even on the mouse, and I
Okay.
hit it like that, and I leave myself exposed. I look like a bozo. So, like you, I normally don't melee. Or like you used to be in the preliminary PC Javion days. So that's why I peaked diamond.
Just a melee diff.
Melee diff. Who would have thought that actually made a difference? Also, I play kind of like an idiot. So that would happen to be a factor in that. What do you play? What do you play in Overwatch? Like, what role do you like?
So I'm a DPS main. I love DPS. It's the most fun and free and roll, I would say, out of all 3 of them. As you know, I'm formerly known as a Genji main. That used to be like my mainstay hero until he got like pretty dog shit, garbage. Blizzard didn't care about him. Didn't want him to be good. I guess yeah, I have a lot of things to say about how Blizzard treated Genji, one of their their poster boy, as I like to call him.
They gave him
These
the Blizzy
Tracers,
Glizzy.
yeah, like they did this. They don't love him. Like I remember he was finally good for 2 weeks, and they said instant nerf. Like they just can't have Genji too strong.
Unfortunate,
How
man.
about you?
So being I'm a Zarya hog kind of guy.
Okay.
Those are my favorite. But being a DPS streamer, does that mean you're more of a React streamer with breaks of playing Overwatch in between?
Oh, of course. As people know in my community, we are Gordon Ramsay enjoyers. We watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay between Master Chef and Hell's Kitchen. It's kind of like our Overwatch games. You got this guy yelling at people, so usually I'm the guy yelling at my teammates, and then we got Gordon Ramsay yelling at the the chefs trying to cook. Same content basically.
Are you do you rage a lot or are you pretty calm?
See, I feel like for me, it really depends because I think I'm just competitive and exciting and and talkative. So in a game where if everybody's trying and I'm gonna be very loud, I'm gonna be, talking with everybody, making call outs, having fun, doing the most. But now if I'm in a lobby doing that and maybe I have a silent team and they're throwing or something, it may not I'm not gonna stop talking. I'm gonna still be communicating, trying to say, "Yo, you're not doing this correctly. You were doing that. What was that? That was horrible. Please don't do that again. That was dog shit." Like there's things like that, and I think the competitiveness gets to me. Like when I really want to win, that's where I can see myself getting toxic.
Have you ever gotten banned before?
So actually, no matter how toxic people may say I have never been banned. The worst I've had though, I've seen that avoid as teammate banner a couple times or a
A-
lot.
Avoid this team. Oh, you've gotten that
So
before?
yeah, you know how in Overwatch, if you avoid too many, if you get avoided a lot, you get that warning saying you're basically been a horrible player and nobody wants to play with you.
Do you see that and think, am I the problem? Or was I just playing with bitches?
Oh, I realized I wasn't the problem because at least on my stream, historically, we've had better win rates right after seeing that stream. Like I've pulled off like I'm pretty sure like a 10-0 day to start right after seeing that avoided as teammate screen. So I'm like, hey, that means I just know it's a good day for me. That's why every time I see it.
I'm common. I'm common. If no one else is talking, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So, have you ever played competitively with Overwatch? Like, have you ever played events or anything like that?
So yeah, I played in multiple events. So back to what I was saying before, when we made the swap over to PC, we first played in the Contender Zero tournament. If you I don't know if you remember that tournament,
I think
where it was like
that's pre Los, pre
Los.
my understanding of esports. A little bit of history there.
Yeah, I'll say that was, I forgot, maybe like 2017, 2018. OG, I'm a OG, and so like we came together. It was very open tournament. I think there was no restrictions. Anybody can join. Like 500 something teams signed up for Contender Zero. And the first day we farmed. We actually we went like 6-0 on the first day. We were literally like one game from playing on stream, but we lost to like a pro team, Congarna at the time. Like, I don't know if some people may know them. They had King Michael, who became a very famous troll in the esports world, as people know. I think his another handle he ended up having was that Fortnite guy or whatever. He became that person.
Is
Yeah,
that
big time
when you
players.
were in Young Guns?
Oh, that's way before Young Guns actually. Wait, there's no about the Young Gun days. So yeah, that's before Young Guns. This is like our own team. This is the basically the Xbox team. A whole bunch of Xbox players, and we picked up like a main tank off a ladder, who was like some stream sniper guy. I don't know. I don't know how we end up with this guy. Like, he's like a stream sniper, but then I picked him up and he's like a god main tank. I'm like, I guess I don't know.
When you
Not a,
stream snipe enough, then you learned the pros tactics, right?
I think so. I thought you might not be wrong about that. He loves sniping XQC. He's a good monkey.
I mean, you've definitely played with a lot of those higher end, like high notoriety content creators. Are you better?
So you know
Is
me.
that is Javion diff?
Sometimes it is JV diff. I understand it. Some people got to be entertainers and some people got to be gamers. I'm kind of a gamer, so the entertainers kind of fold to me at times. I just love being competitive. Like, I feel like back then I was able to like contest pros or really good streamers. Like, that would be my thing. Some people would know me for like being able to like hang with them, like battling with a friend, battling with J3 and stuff like that. Being like at their level, but not known as like a pro.
I mean, I think you could be a pro. Have you ever considered competing again? I know you're a full-time content creator, but do you ever think of just jumping into tournaments?
Hmm. I think competing again is a very big commitment, and honestly, Overwatch 2, the game is kind of fun, and I'm kind of very getting very passionate with it. I guess I gotta see for when rank comes out, because I feel like back then when I was trying to go pro in Overwatch, I was very passionate. I was doing unspeakable things. Like, when so I'll tell you about the IT job. I would go to the IT job 9 to 6. I would get home at 7. I would hit whatever aim trainer it is for an hour, then scrim from 8 to 12, and then play rank after that for 2 hours, then go to bed and reset. And I'm like, if I got to do that again, I would do it differently for sure. Like, there's no way I'm doing it anyway like that. But it's a commitment. I just don't know. Maybe past my time. Kind of old. About to be an esports grandpa soon. Hit that 30 mark.
Oh no, the esports boomer.
Yes, sir.
Ah! Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm getting aged out, but I know I'm not. I know I'm not old. I'm gonna be 26. I'm not old, but then I just see tweets. I've complained about this, I think, at least once every 4 out of 5 Late Night with Los episodes. I will complain that I am not old. I'll say this multiple times. I see people tweet, finally 21, I'm so old, and I just think to myself, I'm like, I hate you. You have no idea.
Wait, no, you just reminded me of a tweet I saw recently. It was saying, I'm looking for some elderly people in gaming,
Oh,
25 and plus. I'm like, oh,
damn
elderly.
it.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, yeah, I'm 27. My bones is aching. I'm ready for the retirement home. Like,
Got to turn this
Put me
gaming
in.
chair into a wheelchair, bro. I can't my back.
It's crazy. Elderly? I know I joke about it, but like people really believe that.
I mean, it's the esports boomer life. But that's also
Mhm.
because some kids are starting out like they're 15 right now and they're getting
Yes.
into gaming, streaming when they're only that old, and to think that we're like over 10 years older than someone who is more popular than us. I'm not
Yeah.
speaking for you. More popular than me.
No, I definitely know what you mean though. It's definitely like the it's the area we in. I feel the game you play especially. I feel Overwatch is like a kid's game. Not even a kid's game, like a teenager game. Like that exact demographic or age group. There's like a lot of people from like well, I'll say like 17 to 21. There's like a lot of people around that age. Like people thought I was younger than I was. That's how funny it was. Like I tell people back then, like, oh, I'm 24. You're 24, dude? I thought you was like 20. I'm like, nah. And now I'd be like, yo, I'm 27. Oh, I thought you was 21. No, dude, I'm not your ages, guys.
I have been hit with that before, and I almost take it as a compliment at this point, but it's also an insult. I was like, "What? Do you think I'm just some immature fuck?
Yeah,
like what?
that's
What is my personality to you? Have I not aged? Am I a man child? What?"
that's how I feel. Like I couldn't believe when they said that to me. I kind of just laugh. Like it's like, really, you believe that? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something right, wrong. I don't. I'm not sure at this point.
It's gonna stick with me forever. I was commentating an event, and this one caster, Evil Cat, who I believe is like 19 or something, she thought she was older than me. She was like, "Wait, you're 25? I thought you were like 17 or something." I was like,
Nah.
"What? What? This was only like 2 months ago."
That's crazy.
Oh man.
You just must have looked young to her or something. I don't know.
I have visible gray hair. Like how do you miss that?
I got two gray hair. That's how I know I'm old and stressed. I was like, I found a gray hair the other day, like maybe a month back. Then I looked like 2 weeks ago. I was like, wait, is that a second gray hair? Yeah,
Don't let the barber
I'm
see that.
actually.
Don't let the He's like, "Oh, I see why you're keeping your hair. It's before it falls out."
True.
Oh man, you have been a I would say a OG Overwatch content creator. Can you kind of walk me through the arc of being a player, because it's definitely had its ups and downs, and like the history of Overwatch 1 as a game. Can you talk to me about going through that as a content creator?
Um. So as a content creator, it gets very rough at times to stream Overwatch. So I feel like in the beginning when the game was fun and I was passionate going pro, I had like this external reason for streaming. It's like I'm streaming to get my name out there in the pro world or possibly to org looking to pick somebody up. That was like part of the motivation, but the game was also fun, right? I just love playing. I love being on Genji, popping off. I just enjoyed the game, but it became more like a chore and annoying to play as the meta kind of shifted and the game became slow and stale. So it became like instead of it was oh I'm playing this character because I want to have fun and pop off, it's oh I have to play this character if I want to look like I'm winning or want to try to get value in the game. So that's where it definitely became more of a chore. And I took many breaks, I would say, throughout Overwatch's history. Like the game's been up for 6 years, but you could probably say I have like at least maybe a year in break time from the game throughout the time, just like going to Apex or going to Valorant, just playing something that feels more exciting, more fresh. That's why Overwatch 2, like I've been loving it. It's very fresh. Only thing it needs right now is a comp mode. People have been arguing about because it kind of it does get a little bit annoying playing with people not your skill level, and you don't want to really like go too hard in quick play. It's like a very weird state right now, but we just wait. I mean, it's been definitely up and down. This is like the brightest moment right now. I'll say for content creators, like if you're an Overwatch content creator, for the most part, everybody I think has been happy. At least content creators, right? I think content creator side, everybody's been happy. It's fresh and new. Other people don't really has been enjoying the game or been like not adapted to the new system of the game, which I could understand. It's like you've been playing 6v6 for 6 years. All of a sudden, it's 5v5. You're not gonna like it off the start. I do because it kind of plays back to older Overwatch compared to what it's been the last 2 years, which is why it kind of resonates with me. And I feel like once others play more, they will kind of start to feel that as well. Like with the content creators, like we're all kind of like they just want more of Overwatch too.
What do you think about only one hero being released with the beta?
So I have some hot takes about what I feel about Blizzard, what I feel about gaming, what I feel about gaming communities and everything in general is that I almost want to not. So maybe I'm on some copium. I want to believe they did not work on the game in the last 3. That's my take. So everybody's sitting here like, you guys been working on this game for 3 years. Like, no, that's BS. The game maybe been sitting there for 2 years, and they finally decided to open up something and throw in one character and a couple maps. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel because they had to been focused on Overwatch League. They focused on the PVE as well. So I feel PvP took a very back foot, and now because of the state of everything, they finally are working on the game. They're finally pumping stuff out. Think about so this is what now my take is actually the copium is building steam, by the way. It's building steam because they have released multiple updates of this beta. Nobody's ever seen that before. We have never seen patch notes come out within 2 weeks of each other. That's unheard in the Overwatch community in Blizzard. So right now, my copium is hitting.
It's looking to be hopium.
Yeah, it's looking like very hopium if they on this path. Like nobody expected them to drop a patch. Like they patched, they changed a whole bunch of stuff. They heard the community complain about supports. Guess what they did? Changed all this. They made the supports a little bit more fun, add a little spice to it, which I respect. So I feel, well, I think Blizzard is now in like a good place. They're going upwards trending. I would say.
Maybe even
Overwatch
ever upward.
ever upward. And like, oh my god, and like Excelsior.
You
I
you,
got
you
some
watched
takes
you
about
watched the
that game
match?
too.
Did you watch
I
the
got some
match
takes.
today?
I watched the match, man. I got some takes about that too, man. They won't like me. They won't like me right now. Cause that Yaki Echo click. Ooh, I was angry. I was not
Dude,
happy watching that match.
I think to end Midtown, Yaki got nano boosted and essentially dove into the gladiators. I was like, no, no, what are you doing?
Did not like the Yaki Echo. I don't know what that's their practice, that's their strategy. Coach, revamp, re-roll, try again. Cause right now it was not looking good against the Gladiators.
No, oh man, that wasn't a good time for me. I was watching that. I see you got the jacket, man. That was from the 2020 homestand, right?
Yeah, this was remember they did the month-long LAN? Did like a month-long LAN where people was able to come in, play, buy like merch that could never be sold again. So this is actually a legendary jacket. You will probably only see 10 in the world, never to be made again. Probably illegal to sell another one of these. And it was like probably one of the greatest things NYXL could have done was that LAN because it connected a lot of the New York content creators. Like that's how I met people like Magix and stuff. Was from that event. Seeing everybody, hanging out, doing tournaments. It was just like one of like the best like esports things I've done. I wish more like if more orgs did that, they would have like better fan base.
When did that take place? Because I actually worked a merch booth at the NYXL homestand, like at the Hammerstein Ballroom, and they had that jacket up for sale. Was that when that happened?
That was so. This was during the first season of Overwatch.
Oh,
Cool.
okay,
So
so
that's
that's vintage. That's
yeah, because yeah, it definitely was the first season because it was in Barclays and everybody came over. I remember we like walked with the players over to the stadium. Cool.
oh my god, that's that is freaking awesome that they were just out and about. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
that because they
I'm
did a lot
I'm
of
late
like
to the
fan
game.
meets. Late to the yeah, it was like I feel like we were very that's like NYXL was very close and connected with the fan base like during that art inaugural season a lot. Like they kind of came to the fans with ideas and we helped them, we supported them. Like even I was helping one time at the pop-up shop because there was like a long line wrapping around. So I was helping handing out water bottles and stuff. Like great times, honestly.
What do you think about NYXL's outreach now and like the whole rebrand?
So I see that NYXL is trying to go with an actual more New York style, which like they're trying to like even like I was talking with some people when I was watching the game. I was like, look at the LED Gladiators background, and it looks like esports. It has this like this bland purple and then the logo. And then you look at the NYXLs, like you see the fonts different, looks like it has like a little graffiti fashion feel to it. So I get what they're trying to do. I don't know. I don't I don't know if it's the best. I will kind of say they are trying to force it in a sense, but I understand. If you want to be a part of the culture, you gotta look like you're part of the culture. So I understand they're trying to get more of New York on board. Is what I'm noticing. Not just like the esports side, but like the New York culture to become like one with NYXL, which I understand.
I mean, it makes sense. I'm liking it. I'm digging it because
Yeah.
it makes more sense than whatever the New York Excelsior was before that. I never understood what the branding was. I never understood why they chose the subliners as a logo. But now that they're kind of like more pushing themselves in the New York culture direction, I like that.
Mhm.
I like that better. I fuck with it more. But speaking of esports organizations, can you tell me about how you got involved with BearClaw?
So BearClaw, honestly, they just reached out to me one day. They was like, basically, they reached out to me. They told me about the contract, and I was like, kind of in limbo. I wasn't on an esports team. I was previously on Hype Unit. I don't know if you heard about some of the things that happened there, but didn't have the most graceful ending, I would say. Nothing my fault, by the way. That's upper management, but didn't have nothing of a graceful fallout. So, and it was like, I was like, I have nothing really to lose. I think at that time there was nothing to lose in joining Bear Claw. There nothing, only good things to gain from them, being a part of them, seeing their culture, basically connected myself more into the esports world, and it was pretty cool. I mean, the contract wasn't that long, so I think it was only 6 months. So I was like, I could try it. And also, actually, one other thing I liked about the contract, it had a clause that was like, if in the first month I don't like what's going on, I could just leave, and there's nothing happened. So it was basically a trial and error type of thing, and I liked it. So I ended up staying for the whole duration.
So what do they do for you? Like, what does being in an esports org mean to a content creator?
Well, it all depends. I was paid from this org a monthly salary. I also receive like a bunch of gear. It's like I don't know how much I can talk about it, but like I basically released like a chair, gaming, mouse and keyboard, headset, basically everything to get me going, game and stuff,
Is that why
which
you
is
don't
pretty
have the
cool.
NYXL chair anymore?
Yes, actually, the NYXL chair I gave to my brother. He has it down the hall, basically, because
Okay,
I got
good.
this new one.
Glad that you don't have to throw it out because I had a gaming chair, and then for a collegiate Overwatch league, I was sent one chair because they had a chair sponsor, and then they scrapped that sponsor and got a new chair sponsor. So now I have two gaming chairs sitting. Actually, I had three gaming chairs at one point. I had to throw one out because it was too much, but I've got two gaming chairs in this room right now.
Hey, this sounds like you just got some chairs for when some friends come over.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
oh.
Let me just put all my chairs in the corner. The two of them would take up the entire room. Like they just gamer chairs are so freaking big. You cannot put them anywhere.
Actually, though, like this once I can't like once I move back a little bit, I've already hit the wall types for sure.
Yeah, if I do this,
It's like,
this is the green screen. It's
I'm
I know
done.
you can't see what this is, but I'm right on it. Oh man. So I mean, you've been making content for a while. You're a Twitch partner with only over 22,000 followers, which is a pretty solid stat. But I would also have to say that 29 tackles in the 2013 season with the Mustangs is pretty impressive as well. What would you consider a better accomplishment?
Oh, this man, you got the facts. See, this Narduard pulling out the archives.
Six of
That,
them in two different occasions, one against Hartwick, the other against Rowan.
oh man, that season. I loved it. I mean, I honestly miss my time on the field. Like those were I really worked hard. I was, I'm kind of an undersized guy, and I basically fought tooth and nail for everything I got in the football field. So I'll say that honestly, I put in so much work to be able to be on the field and actually perform. So I'll say the tackles was more impressive.
Yeah, yes. Yes, I'm glad that worked out. The stat was right. Have you ever competed in sports or any leagues like that since college?
No, after my last season where we ended up winning the championship, I was just kind of I had like this I don't know what it was. I don't know what led me to like leaving football, but it was like I was preparing for the next season, but then I was a junior in college and I was like, I'm not really been focused on school. Like I had that like inner talk with myself was like, yeah, we haven't been focused on school. We've been cheating on tests. We've been doing everything to
Oh
pass.
shit.
Like, I'm like, I'm doing everything to make sure I don't waste my degree, my money on the degree, but I'm not actually like earning the degree. So like I kind of just gave up on football. I was like, I'm gonna focus more on school these last 2 years and end up just stop playing football altogether.
How did you cheat?
Quizlets, Google. I mean, Google basically. I could probably sign Google on my on my degree. They could be co-signed as their product. They were part of the product who helped me get here.
I mean, come on now. I would say that's the majority of the people who who graduate college. Like, if you didn't have Google, everybody would be fucked. Like, they take you to the library to say, this is how you conduct research through scholarly articles. Nah, fuck that. We go to Google. We'll look up like the first 3 links. Those are the credible sources. If you get any deeper, you know that's some bogus, some
Of
bogus
course,
info.
of course. I just found it funny. Like you would Google one question, and then the whole test would pop up, like a whole thing will pop up, right? And you look in, and like these are same exact questions that are on my test or on this online test. Like, is this recycled information? I'm not saying anybody should be cheating or anything.
If
I'm just
anything,
saying
that's your professor who's cheating.
they made it
Where
too
where'd they
easy. Like,
get that?
how? Yeah,
Where'd
how
they
you?
get that quiz? Did they
It's
come
like,
up with that? I feel like that's got to be capped that they made that up and someone happened to make the same quiz. Either that or they're recycling their own quizzes. So
that's yep.
somebody's cutting quarters somewhere.
That's what I feel. Because it's just no. It'd be like chapter 8, and it'd be the exact. So it'd be like we'd be on chapter 9. It'd be chapter 8, and it'd be the same exact stuff. I'm like something. Quizlet, you are my best friend. I didn't study today, but we're at least gonna pass the class. That's fine.
I hear you, man. I study history, so it was all essays and stuff. So
Mhm.
you can't really. I mean, you can. It's called plagiarism, but that's a little harder to get away with.
I think history class is one of the few classes I've never cheated on, weirdly enough. Because it's always like remembering dates or specific moments that happen. So I feel like I always did a good job, at least listening to the teacher or professor, that
hmm
stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I was pretty solid when it came to the choices and stuff, but when it was always like write an essay about this specific event, I'm like, oh my god.
Oh no.
Especially when it's like on the back of a test and it's just a blank thing. They don't even have the
Oh,
lines. Like,
I hate
how am I gonna
those.
freehand this? How are you
Or
expecting me
they
to
give you
do
the
that?
book. They give you the empty booklet. Like, yeah, you decide how much you want to fill this up. Like, come on.
I mean, that's why we're gamers now. That's why
Yeah,
we're
that's
gamers.
definitely why.
So why when did you decide to make the decision to go full-time content creating instead of working in IT?
So it was around March, and basically my entire IT team was leaving, or like being gutted slash leaving. So at one point when I first came, there was 5, including me, 4 guys and 5. One guy basically insta left. Probably after a couple months I was there, he got a new job. And another guy started going part time till he eventually left, and it was just like 3 of us. And then the last 2 guys just somehow, I don't know how it happened, basically either got jobs at the same exact time, so they ended up leaving. So like everything was basically about to fall on me, and I was like, I was okay with that, but I wasn't. I also wanted a raise if that was going to happen. because I was gonna go from basically kind of doing nothing, just doing like basic stuff, to basically handling everything and then mentoring interns when they come in and stuff like that. So I basically wanted a raise because I was only getting paid minimum wage at the time. I would say I was, yeah, like $15 hours. So then we had the conversation. Didn't go well, basically, and I told them, yeah, I'm not gonna. I basically said I'm not gonna be used because I already know what's gonna. I already can tell, like, you're gonna have me do all this extra stuff but not really get paid and be like an assistant manager but not an assistant manager pay. So I just basically told them I'm done. But luckily, my last 2 weeks are pretty good because I didn't work there my last 2 weeks. I got outsourced. You see, look, like, I got outsourced. This is how much I got used, by the way. I got outsourced to this crazy company, literally working for National Geographic company, like those people. That's how crazy it was. We were doing IT for cruise ships and stuff. That were
What?
nowhere close. Yes, that's when I did that 2 weeks there. It was like, holy, this is the best 2 weeks I could have gotten in history, right? Because it's like I get this crazy job experience. These guys, rich office. They had a Starbucks machine in the office. Like it was like
Damn.
the whole nine. Like it was crazy. It was just like, and it was a really cool working environment. Like nobody was toxic. It was like more common. Like, you know how you watch TV, you see the cubicles and stuff. It was literally like that. It was like cubicles, nice office, nice people. I enjoyed my last 2 weeks. And then even when I was leaving, it was like, oh, they liked me. We thought you were staying for 3 weeks. I was like, oh no, I was actually staying for two. And then I guess my boss hired some weird old guy who like replaced all of us. I guess in the end, like when I was leaving, I seen some old guy coming in, but talked to him for like 1 day. That was it for me. And then I was like, full time. I was like, oh, time to go, time to risk it all and try streaming because I loved it. I enjoyed it. We had a little, we had a tiny community there. And I was just like, you know what? We're just gonna, while we're waiting, while we're trying to get another job, I was like, I might as well just stream as much as I can while I'm applying to jobs and see if I get anything I like. And I guess I really didn't get anything I liked initially, and then stream started to like pop off and take off slowly and slowly and slowly. And then this is like I just stop applying to jobs and just like focus on growing the.
Yeah, you have a. I think it's in your bio that you stream every day from 5 to 3. Are you okay?
Oh no, the streaming hours are definitely like fixed. They're not like as bad as unbelievable as they used to be. But 12 hours like was the average out like average stream. Used to do like every single day for a while. It was like unhealthy. I think the reason, like, my motivation as a streamer, like XCC was one of my motivators. And I know XCC was like always at those grindy long streams and have a lot happen. So that's kind of where I started, like kind of where I started to model myself off of. I'm not gonna lie. And then I feel like I just slowed down because it just became unhealthy with the streams, like actually feeling some little bit of physical pain. Like, yo, we've been live for too many hours. My eyes I can't keep them open properly anymore. I'm dying internally. So that's why I started like slowing down, having more control. We do like 8 hours, 8 hour, 10 hour stream. Not too.
I mean, 10-hour streams is still. I mean, what do I know? My shows are only like an hour, so anything like that just seems astronomically long to me. But hey, it's working for you. It's.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like the way I just said that kind of came off as like a dick.
No, you're good. I
Okay.
just think it's just like I just enjoy it. I don't look at the time a lot. So one thing I've recently done, like maybe a month ago, I took off the session timer. So I don't sometimes even know how long I've been streaming. I just kind of be on the vibe. Like I would take a break eventually if I feel too hungry. I'd be like, wait, what time is it? Oh, we've been streaming for this long? Okay, yeah, I'm gone. Like we've been going crazy, y'all. I haven't even eaten.
Well, man,
Like that.
there's still plenty of Overwatch action for you to take part of. It's just the beta, and it's full of exciting new maps and new heroes to follow too. And you've been in the scene for such a long time, so you have to have some idea of what would you want if you were going to come up with your own hero. I want you to describe an idea of what you would have for a hero in your head, and I'm gonna try and draw it out in Photoshop to see if I can match your vision.
Uh-oh. So I think so. What I've been thinking of, I've been trying to think of a support character that possibly changes the mold. or like I'm trying to think of what support character could they add to the game that wouldn't be too broken. So I possibly want them to give you like attack speed, maybe, or a little bit of a shield kind of thing, like Brig, but it would actually you would actually can see it on top of them, like a drone a drone, which
Okay.
allows the enemies to also shoot it too. I want it to be something maybe interactive.
We gotta make this white first. I'm gonna start. Oh, I gotta. Those are legs. those.
Make my Those are legs.
So those are legs, but I'm gonna draw the drone first. It's gonna be. Got little shark fins on the side of cat ears. Boom, boom. Look at this. Whoa, it's got another one over here. Get a little Star Wars vibey on this one, and a red eye. How's that looking? How's that?
Looking good. Looking good.
Okay.
That's looking like the drone.
What else was the character?
So I feel like the character itself would be. How would we make maybe the character would be robotic, and they send out another drone. You know, a robot controlling another robot.
Robot. Okay, so these are the vibes that the robot is sending. For that, that's the buff, the speed buff.
That's the buff, yes.
The speed buff
So
vibes.
imagine like the drone gave different buffs. You know, just have to press the cooldown, gives you attack speed.
We also got
speed.
those the red vibes that we have. Okay. Here is gonna have like a mouth like this, and we got to go with the Omnic eyes. So I gotta be blue. Oh no, I undid too much. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right.
Zenyatta's third cousin is out here.
We could give him. Do you want him to have monk pants? We could give him the little.
Yeah, give us some monk pants.
Okay, there we go.
Unlike Zenyatta, he's
go.
a true pacifist. He lets the drone do all the work.
Oh, nice. So he could. Got this. He's gonna have a fist, but he's just pointing a finger. and he's saying, "Kill." I'll give him I don't know, like a little got a staff. He's got a walking
Blizzard better
staff.
be looking at this. Blizzard better be looking at this because we got the new hero ready to be dropped tomorrow.
That is right. He's got his hand around it. Kill. He's got his little staff, little Avatar Aang vibes right there.
Elite. He looks broken, to be honest. I can already see that character being very broken. Nerfed on day one.
Do we have like a name for it?
What are we gonna name? I
'Cause
think
for
I'm not
now-
the best at naming.
For now, I've just got JV Tron.
Oh no.
Gotta hold on. See if I could.
Well, if he's an Omnic, he needs like a code name, like a DX16 or something. He gotta be a number. Like Arista's like OR15.
Okay. Oh, come on! You're putting me on the spot on that one. I can't. Oh man.
He could just be a meme character, SD69.
Yep. Hold on. Here, I've got it right here. I've got it right here. D1X Dicks.
There we go. The bot that's ready to take over the world, Dix. D1X.
Full name Dix Javitron.
I'm loving it.
Okay. Do we got the JV stamp of approval on this one?
Oh, I'm loving it right now. I'm gonna send this over to Blizzard.
Okay.
I know this character is born ready.
10 out of 10. Folks, the new hero, Dix Javitron, he's out. He's coming in the next patch. You got to watch out for him. Well, right now, most of all, you got to watch out for Javion OW, one of the best guests that we've had here on Late Night with Los. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have here on the show. Thank you so much for joining us here on the show, Javion. And one last question. Where can the people at home find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Javion. Nothing else, no W there, just plain Javion. I got the names, at least somewhere. And we'll try to hopefully get it on Twitter one day. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And shout out to the community and chat for being in here, supporting. Love you guys.
Of course, Al. Thank you so much for everyone who came up to the show. We got to give a few shout outs toward the end.